Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished.
Hold up. It's running one. Siri, play that new shit. Yeah. Yeah. Run to one. Time to get it done. Pressure zone. Feeling like a ton. Run to one. Time to get it done. Precious. 3, 2. Who want it? Who want it?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Who want it?
2, Bricks,
Yeah.
Could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me. I appreciate that. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Let's get right into this thing. SimWorld, what it do is Rick Blaze coming to you live and direct another episode of Rick's Blazin Takes. This is the special Run to One edition. We have a lot to get into. We have a lot to talk about, so let's talk about it. Look, man, I'm not even going to hold y'all. I had the pleasure and the privilege to hang out with some of the guys, some of the SimWorld players, prep players before the games to get their comments, get their thoughts. We're going to talk about what they talked about. They are amped up. They are ready to go. Today, we are going to break down the matchups, just the first round. I just want to talk about the first round. So before I go any further, I have to give my PSA because a lot of folks going to be butthurt after they hear this.
The following comments are views and expressions made by Rick and Rick alone and are not necessarily those of SimWorld. If you are too serious, sensitive, easily startled, weak stomach mama's boy, or Cowboys fan, you may want to turn off. If you've been recently dumped, eat pizza with a fork, love good times, ranch dressing, and Jason Statham movies, you may want to turn off. If you use the word conversate in actual conversation, you may want to turn off at this time. Thank you.
All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's get to it. Let's start with the Founders region, the 1 versus 8 matchup, the Originators, OGs versus the North. I'm not going to waste too much of your time. The North is one of those scrappy teams that, you know, they play hard. I like A-Rod's game, but the Originators has come here. They're number 1 for a reason. Go ahead on, stamp it. Sorry, North. OGs take that, move to the next round. Here we go. We got the 4-5 matchup. Lakeshore Drive versus Bad Boys. Man, the way Lakeshore has been sliding I know they had their one big blowout in one of the last games of the season, but they've been sliding like an 8-year-old on a playground. I mean, they just been they've been sliding, Jack. You hear me? Bad Boys is one of those scrappy teams. They never too high, never too low. They right in the middle. But if you play this style of basketball, they can muck it up for you, and they can mess around and get a win. How I feel about the matchup? I'm gonna go with consistency over hot and cold. Bad Boys, they are consistent 6.5, 7. They're never a 10 team. They're not a 1 team. They're a 6.5 consistent team. Sometimes Lakeshore looks like a 9. Sometimes Lakeshore look like a 2. I can't put my money on that. I can't ride with that wishy-washy. So I'm going to go with my first upset. Number 5, Bad Boys over Lakeshore Drive. Bank it, mark it down, put it on your brackets now. All right, now we're getting so well. We got number 3, Beast of the East versus Run DMV. Now, I had the privilege and the pleasure to hang out, to talk with some of the players on both sides, Beast of the East and Run DMV. So before I get into my prediction, who I think is going to win, let's let the players speak for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
First off, I want to say thank you for having me. Every time we played Run DMV, it was a close game. Now, with the race to 1, I'm willing to put everything on the line, on the court. I got to make sure we advance against this team. Now, I know Coach got us on a PT quota, playtime, making sure everyone get their fair minutes. That's cool. But I believe we're going to advance, no doubt about it, because we coming hard and ready to play. I want my first chip, and I'm hungry. I know we beat them twice, and we're going to make it a 3rd time.
I ain't gonna say y'all the underdogs when we beat y'all the last time, and the last time, and the last time, and the time after that. I can remember the last time you guys did beat us.
Boys talking that cash money for Beast of the East. And the last time. And boy, I liked it. Now, I did hit up some Run DMV players for their comments. And one player stood up and was like, yo, I'm going to keep it short and sweet.
We're coming for him. We got what you need.
Hey, yo, my man Charles Pinkle said he not doing all that big talk, small talk. They coming for it. I respect that. Now, let's talk about the game itself. What I think is going to happen. We got Run DMV versus Beast of the East. The champs, by the way, don't get it twisted. So, Run DMV specialty is a three-point ball. Beast of the East specialty is inside-out basketball and controlling the tempo. Run DMV need to be able to run the basketball, run up and down the court to have a legit chance. BOE wants to slow it down. Who wins out? I'm going to have to give it to the champs. Until you beat the champs, they are still the champs. Mark it, stamp it, Beast of the East with the dub. And our last matchup in the finals region, we have Philadelphia versus G5. I know some people got G5 getting an upset victory. Not so fast, my friends. I like G5. I like their team. They had a good season, but Illy is just a little too silly. You see what I'm saying? Bam! Put it down, Philadelphia with the dub. I got Philadelphia winning this thing in double digits. That's just what I got. All right, that's the finals region. Let's move on down south to the southern region. Yes, sir. You already know what time it is. They're throwing them bows down south. We're going to start out with the first 1-8 matchup. Southeast Select, Indy Stripes. This is what Southeast do, baby. This is Southeast. This is Coach Lee. This is their time of year. This is when they shine. They mess around and locked up number 1 seed at the last week of the season. They poised for a run. Gabe looking good. The team looking good. I got to go Southeast Select. For reals, for reals. All right. At the number 4, number 5 matchup, ATLians, ATL shouted, and Queen City Kings. A really, really good game. A really, really good matchup. Queen City has been up and down as well. And I'll be honest, Queen City has been more down than up. I'm just calling a spade a spade. But I like the overall talent that Queen City has on their roster. And I want to see, and I want to believe that those guys with that talent is going to rise to the occasion. Now, don't get it twisted. ATLians got some nice defense led by my guy Bevis and Patches and Toomey and down in the paint. And they got some offensive weapons too, but they don't have the kind of firepower that Queen City has. I'm going to say Queen City outcoaches them this game. I'm going to say Coach Skinny is the difference maker. Queen City, again, is that another upset? These 5-4 upsets being crazy. Queen City with the upset over ATLians. All right. Now let's get down to the 3-6 matchup, the Yacht Club versus H-Town Hoopers. Hey, this is going to be a really, really good game. Yacht Club, number 3 seed, they've earned it. H-Town's been struggling. 5 straight losses. They haven't been looking too good, if I'm being quite honest. But, I think they feeling a little good. At least some players, at least a player for sure, is feeling really confident about his team. I'll let you decide.
Hey, yo, this is Corey Yams, and we going to whoop that ass come Thursday night.
Oh, yo, that's that talk. Talk that talk. Shout out to the big fella who's talking that talk. We're going to see if he can walk that walk. He has to go up against the defensive player of the year and Josiah Cook, who is about that business. Again, we don't know what the decision is going to be between the coaches. Is Cook going to hold Yams? Is Cook going to hold Almighty Soul, who's been on a tear averaging more than 20 points a game, newcomer of the year? Hey, they got to make some decisions. And if you're H-Town, you got to make some decisions too. How are you going to stop Trey Willis? Because the guard, oh my God, it's just, I've talked about it already. When they go into it. Okay, who wins? This is a tough one. They both have similar playing styles. I like the veteranship of H-Town. The players, J-Mo, Yams, Vincent Magic. Yacht Club has a much younger team. And I'm a little bit of a homer come from H-Town. I'm going to go H-Town for the win. So another upset. number 6 seed upset the number 3 seed. All right, let's get to it. Number 2 versus number 7. Gulf Coast Lockdown versus Lone Star Basketball Club. And let me tell you, these boys is ready to go. Gulf Coast got a little message from their leader. And it go a little something like this.
The real underdogs are a team of rookies at a higher playoff seeding than their seniors. These boys don't know us the way they think they do, so don't be surprised when the Lock and Key crew puts up double-digit points as a squad.
That's Kai, and he ain't shy about his feelings. However, Lone Star, not to be undone, them boys got something to say too. They liking their chances come race to 1.
We're not an easy team to beat. We're getting better. We're getting healthier. Thanks to our new coach, we're playing a lot better. So currently, our record doesn't mean anything. And plus, we've beaten this team before.
Yeah, as far as Gulf Coast thinking they can just walk through us in the first round, I'm going to go ahead and let them think that. We can just open their eyes the right way on the court because we've been rolling lately. And for them to underestimate us, that's a loss on their part. And we're going to look to take advantage of it.
Beating us in the first round? Where was that the last time that we played when we whooped you? And it's also not based on the record of the whole year. It's based on who's playing the best basketball right now. And in this matchup, pretty sure it's us.
Yeah, I heard the rumors. I wouldn't be, frightened of us at all either. I'm glad they're confident, but we are on a streak. We starting to click at the right times, and our guys are dangerous. So I'm pretty sure they won't be overconfident or look past us, but just know we coming. So we good.
Lone Star, as a collective, talking it up, ready to go. Matthew Mozgov, Trey Bird, Aiden Weaver, and the King. Arthur Lattimore got a little something to say for Gulf Coast. I'm telling you, folks, this is going to be a matchup you are not going to want to miss. God, I love the South. Okay. Let's slide on over to the Intercontinental region. Let's talk about it first round. 1 through 8. Atlantis versus SimWorld Middle East. Middle East is on their tour, baby. They're on the last world tour. The buck stops. Atlantis with the dub over Middle East. Number 4 versus 5. APAC versus South America. This is where APAC comes alive. Kind of like Southeast Select. They kind of save their best basketball for the end. I like APAC. Now, South America gets hot from the beyond the arc. It can be a problem. I think APAC pulls this one out in the whole court and wins this game. SimWorld Europe versus Latin America. Another very interesting game. I like the big fellas for Europe. Latin America probably has a better overall team. This is really a toss-up to me. I'm going to go with Europe to edge them out slightly. I can't help but to think what Latin America would have been if all those guys would have stayed. Okay, that's neither here nor there. And Oceania versus SimWorld Africa. I think it's going to be a very good game. You got Beauchamp and Luffy for Oceania, and then you got Africa, who has Letterman, Kola, and Amar, who's been stepping up really good. I predict upset. I like Oceania because they can score a lot of points with those two guys. But you know what Oceania doesn't like to do? Play goddamn on defense. And that's going to be your Achilles heel come run to 1 time. I'm taking Africa with the upset. Number 7 seed over number 2 seed. Let's slide them over to the west side, the Neo region. Let's talk about them now. All right, here we go. Number 1 versus number 8. Cascadia versus Beyond the Arch. Can Beyond the Arch catch lightning in the bottle? I think their offense is just a little too limited. Coach Barry has Cascadia rolling. I think Cascadia wins this one by double digits. Bay Area Breakers versus Reigning Trays, 4 versus 5. This is a very interesting matchup. You guys love the Reigning Trays, and y'all gauge your fit Towns, the player of the year. He got, oh my God, I don't even want to talk about that. So let's see what your player of the year does when he has to rely on Jason Bourne Crosser to be that guy. If Jason Crosser doesn't turn to Jason Bourne Crosser, the Reigning Trays are 1 and done. Your player of the year is 1 and done. I'm betting on them not Jason Crosser, just being Jason Crosser, and not Jason Bourne Crosser. I have Bay Area with the return of Don Hardaway. I got Bay Area picking this win up. Heartland Zombies versus Rocky Mountain Monsters. This again, I'm telling you, these 3-6 matchups are phenomenal. And a few players from both sides of the team got a little something to say. Let's start with Heartland with one of those James brothers.
It don't matter how good your team is. You can fall to anybody. You could be the 96 Bulls going against the 2012 Bobcats. You could still lose. Like, we are a very difficult team to beat. We are very well-rounded. Losing Jaquan was a very hard hit to us, but we're still very well-rounded. I believe we are one of the best teams in the road to 21. As soon as you touch the court, anything can happen. That's all I got to say.
Hey, yo, I feel you, Barkley. Now, I don't know about Jordan lose to the 2012 Bobcats. I think that's a little bit overblown, but I get your point. Not to be outdone, a fairly competent representative for Rocky Mountain. Got a little something to say himself. He planned on winning this whole thing. Justin Bell.
I mean, Heartland is a well-ran program, so it should be a fun matchup. But one thing I learned is underestimate opponent, you tend to get your ass whipped. So.
Well then, I guess he said that. Hey, look, this is gonna be a really good game, a really physical team, a really physical game. Two teams that plays kind of different. Rocky Mountain like to kind of go up and down the court, and the zombie stars like to slow it down, muck it up, get physical, and get dirty with you. So two very contrast styles. I'll be honest with you. I kind of had Heartland with the edge there until I heard Justin Bell, who doesn't say much most of the time, saying you're gonna get your ass whooped. I think it took it over the top for me. So I'm going with Justin Bell and then Rocky Mountain Stars. Number 2 versus 7 matchup: Best Coast Baller versus Showtime Basketball. This would be a perfect time for Coldwell. This would be an even better time for Bryce James to step up and show who they are, put Showtime back on the map. I don't think it's going to work. And Suno Chopper, he tends to agree with me.
It's definitely going to be a good game. It's a battle for California in the playoffs. What more could you ask for? We've already faced them once, I think, maybe even twice. I'm not too sure. Yeah, faced them twice. January 15th and April 24th. Both ended up being wins for us, so we're definitely hoping we can get a third one on them when the 8th comes. With this being my last year, I want more than anything a shot at the ring. So we just have to embrace the challenge and the atmosphere.
That's what I'm talking about. Embracing the challenge and the atmosphere. Becoming who you need to be come playoff time. Hey, that's our show. Let's cuss and discuss. How do you feel now going into the run to 1? Can we just get this thing started? I am ready. What about you? Let's talk about it in the chat. I can't wait to see it. See y'all later.
Time to get it done. Pressure zone, feeling like a ton. Run to 1, time to get it done. Get it done.